The following is a Q100 Sports presentation.
Picking it up at the 14-yard line, looking for running room, breaks it up the middle, has a gap, and he may go all the way! He's to the 50, to the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Spring Valley!
Spring Valley High School football is on the air. Q100 WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley. This exciting play-by-play coverage of Spring Valley High School football. And tonight's game between the Valley Blackhawks and Trinity Lutheran Cougars, being brought to you by Smithville, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. By Sullivan Financial and Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. Springs Valley Meadows, formerly Medco, Highway 145, French Lick. Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal at 8481 West College Street, French Lick, 936-7301. Rolling Tire and Auto on the Boulevard, West Peyton. Reeser Chiropractic and Paoli, the natural way to good health. 33 Brick Street, good food and a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. And brought to you by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. And now, Springs Valley High School football. Let's go to the field. And the boys of the Blackhawks, Cuba Edwards, Mike Hamilton, and Kevin Terrell.
From the football field at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour, Indiana, this is Springs Valley High School football. Tonight, the Blackhawks play their fourth consecutive game away from home as they take on the equally winless Trinity Lutheran Cougars. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell as the Hawks continue their quest for a first victory, and they'll hope to do it against a team that they will play just one time. As the Hawks dropped Lytton, that they had been playing for several years, and will now pick up Tell City beginning at home next year. Well, the Hawks fell to the West Washington Senators a week ago, 20-6. They continue to drop their defensive scoring average as they allowed just 3 touchdowns to the Senators, but for the second straight week could manage just 1 score against a tough West Washington defense. And Kevin, as the Hawks go back on the road one more time, they'll take on a Trinity Lutheran team that has surrendered 126 points in their first 3 games. Hopefully that will open things up offensively for this Valley team.
Defense has been optional for Trinity Lutheran so far this year. They're a program that's in flux, quite frankly. They had to drop football for a couple of years due to a lack of interest, lack of numbers. They've been able to restart the program this year. They're not sanctioned by the IHSAA as far as tournament play is going. They're playing a limited schedule this year. It worked out for Springs Valley to be able to play them on a 1-game series this year. They have 7 opponents, and they're just trying to get themselves started again. They're playing a freshman quarterback who is, barely over 100 pounds, not very big. They have been struggling to move the football. They scored their first points of the season last weekend. They're just looking to make some progress and get through the year. They started the year with 26 kids. They're down to 22. That's just barely enough to function to have a team. 5 of those kids are, in fact, homeschooled kids, only 17 of them attending Trinity Lutheran. That's was reported in the media this week. They only had 14, so they've managed to pick up a few kids as the season's going on from their own hallways. But it's a team that's just trying to get itself started again, and it's very much a rebuilding effort for Trinity Lutheran here. Springs Valley with an opportunity to get their first win if they play somewhat up to their capability.
Indeed, the Cougars started football in 2012, went for 3 years, so 12, 13, and 14 did not have a football program each of the last 2 years, but their coach, Mike Wilson, coming from a school around Greenwood, brought, as Kevin mentioned, some kids with him, enough to continue the program, and they hope to build on that. As we talked about, just 4 seniors on this team, so a lot to build on. Meanwhile, for the Springs Valley team, the schedule hopefully gets easier from here on out. They've been competitive at times with all 4 of their opponents thus far, and they hope to break out here tonight.
It's not a question of how you play sometimes. Often it's a question of who you play and when you play them. Springs Valley opened up the season with their 4, I think, best opponents on their schedule. They put them all right in a row, and they took their lumps early, but now they have a chance as the season gets toward the fall-type area. The weather cools off a bit, although you can't tell it tonight on a picture-perfect late summer-type day. As the weather cools off a bit, Springs Valley's schedule lessens up, and they should be able, or at least we hope, to go on a successful run, starting tonight against what I expect to be an outmatched Trinity Lutheran Ball Club.
And for Kevin and myself, we get to enjoy the outdoors a little more than usual. No press box here at Trinity Lutheran, at least for now, so we're out with the fans, so hopefully we can mingle with them as we move along and have some fun with them.
Well, hey, it's just like being in the bleachers at Wrigley Field. Like I said last Friday night, it'll be, we'll be out here in the sunshine. Hopefully people can come up, bring us some popcorn, some hot dogs, some beverages. We'll be set and ready to go. Let's party all night here at the north side of Seymour.
Always looking for something, aren't
Hey, got to do what you got to do.
All righty. Tonight it's Springs Valley and Trinity Lutheran as the Hawks look for their first win of the season. Kickoff at about a little over 15 minutes or so from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Mark Hammond on the Springs Valley Football Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School Football.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks go on the road to face Trinity Lutheran. Coach, as we go back to last week, a trip over to West Washington, we knew going in the Philip Bausman squad had been depleted by a number of seniors, but when you establish a winning program like he has, it doesn't seem to matter. The personnel that's out there, they're always pretty tough, and they played the Hawks pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Mike. Like I said, they are definitely was hit by graduation pretty hard. But when you say that, they also had probably 7, 8, 9 seniors still left on the roster that was been involved in that winning program and tradition. And again, you get the juniors and so forth, just the whole program. So we knew it was going to be a battle, and it was going to be a tough task for us, regardless of who graduated the year before. But again, pretty pleased with our kids' effort up and down the lineup after watching film, and like I said, we showed up kind of ready to play. I know, like I said, I say that the kickoff and then that first touchdown pass really put us in a bind. But again, after that, I mean, it was, everybody could tell it was a pretty even ball game, and our kids were up to the task of competing and trying to play at a higher level. Like I said, we still had a little problem with our penalties. I think really hurt us in the first half over there, and some of that's just focus and trying to again get some kids in the right spot and so forth. But overall, again, we knew West Washington was going to be a pretty good match for us, and it ended up being. And unfortunately, we just come out on the wrong side of things.
You continue to give up fewer and fewer points each game. So what does that translate into what you're seeing from the defense?
Yeah, I just think we've really been emphasizing and really game planning for each team a little bit different. Like I said, going into the season, we felt like we were at one spot maybe, and then we kind of realized we need to get these guys on the field a little more. So we've been running basically, rolling up into a 5-man front a lot, which I think has really helped our defense as we're moving forward and getting the right kids on the field. So again, they're taking some ownership of it, and they're they don't like getting people scoring first game 60, 68 points or whatever. So they knew that was the emphasis, and each week it's been one of our emphasis, and we've been working on it really hard, and the kids, and I think it's showing. Again, defensive line, it always starts up there, and they're starting to play. That unit's playing really good. Colton Reynolds has had 2 or 3 really big games in a row, I think, and once he gets going, I think that opens up things for some other players, and so hopefully that'll continue, and we'll get more and more everybody involved, I guess, and get everybody playing as one unit out there.
One touchdown each of the last 2 weeks against Paoli, perhaps understandable because of the weather, but with this past week, how much of it was the inability for the kids to execute, and how much do you give credit to West Washington's defense?
Yeah, I tell you, that's probably where, we knew going in that the defense, they're just a very disciplined unit on West Washington's side of the ball. They've always been on there. They don't give up a lot of big plays, and they're pretty, solid up front. And like I said, yeah, you give a lot of credit to them, but part of that was breakdown on our side. Again, with the penalties I mentioned, it's always putting us kind of behind the chains in a way. We would, I know there was a couple instances we get the ball in their territory, we'd have a 2nd and 3, and all of a sudden we have a penalty. Then we're looking at 2nd and 13 or 3rd and 13, and that just that's just hard to keep making up all the time. And like I said, I know that happened several times. Got down the goal line, had a false start or a movement there. Just little things like that. But again, a lot of it ended up being execution on our part. Just blocking the wrong guy at the wrong time, and just being able not to get out of our way. And that's what we're doing right now. We're maybe helped the turnover issue a little bit. I think we might have had one last week with the interception, but that kid made a great play. I think it was a 3rd and long, maybe even that happened on. So you could live with that once in a while. But again, we got to clean up the penalties and not make them so hurt us so much.
Other than having to take the loss, do you think the kids came out of this one thinking, hey, we were very competitive and probably our most competitive game of the season, and use that to build on? Yeah,
I think so. Of course, the score, if you played that game and watched that game, we were right there for the entire ball game, and it wasn't out of hand at any time, and even the final score, 20-6 is something you can build on and so forth. So I think a lot of the kids and the talk was, hey, that was a good ball game. That's our starting point. Let's move forward from there. And again, this is a chance we might see them in the future. So we're I think when we do, we'll be confident we can match up real well with them again, and hopefully come out on the better side of things if that happens in sectional play.
Week 5, thank goodness we don't have to say Linton anymore.
That's right.
Now, with that said, you take on a Trinity Lutheran team that you've never faced. I know you've been looking at film of them. What can you tell us about this team?
Yeah, again, they're a program that started a few years ago, and for some reason, whatever, the kids didn't, stay with it, or the coach left, or you never know what happens in a scenario. But now they're trying to get it back going again over there. So watching them on film, you can definitely tell they're got some kids, and they got some athletes, which if you followed them in basketball and baseball and things, other sports that we've been watching, they got some athletes over there, and you can tell they've got them out for football now. So their line's got a decent size to them. They're running kind of a basic offense, and more of a power set type set, and they're just trying to run the ball at you and see how many yards they can get, and that's something we've not been great at stopping. Now the last few weeks we've gotten a lot better at it, so hopefully we can show that Friday night here, but they're going to come at you. They're excited to play. You can see that on film, and it shows. When they make a play, they're enthusiastic. They're excited to play, and then their defense. They got guys that are coming up and trying to hit people. So again, it's a new program. It doesn't know. It's going to be nice to face somebody new, and we're going to show up and play pretty well to get the job done.
We've talked about starts before in these first few weeks of the season, and with Seymour, Mitchell, Paoli, and West Washington aren't long trips. Seymour a little bit longer. So does that change anything on in terms of how to get these kids ready to go once they step off the bus?
No. I hope it. We just got to leave early, try to get them a little bite to eat. That's the only thing. They just don't have as much downtime after school. So it shouldn't be a big deal to them. A lot of these kids have played and used to playing on some road trips. I know last year, again with a lot of the longer road trips, a lot of these kids are used to that. So I don't think the road trip will be a big deal. We just would like to get off to a better start than we have. I think all 4 games right now we've been down pretty early in the ball game, and again we've been able to battle back in each ball game, but we'd like to get off to a great start. Cut down on penalties, cut down on turnovers, which we're starting to do, and just execute what we have to do. And that's what really going forward and everything. We've been talking to the kids a lot about it. It's more on us than it is the other team, and that's really every Friday night. I think we finally have honed in the defense and honed in on the offense, and now it's really comes down to executing each play and whatever's called. So it's more on us, and that's going to be every Friday night.
Okay. And, Coach, one final thought, how do the kids come in health-wise?
Yeah, pretty well. I think, Javon's had a little ankle sprain last week, so we'll probably hold him out tonight just to let him, get some extra rest. But, we do got a little bit of a flu bug, or, not I say flu, but, kids are just kind of coughing and hacking a little bit. So, we do have a few of that, but I think everybody's going to be ready to go, and hopefully we'll have a good game this night.
All right, looking forward to it. Go out and get them tonight, Coach.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thanks a lot.
And this has been the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks take on Trinity Lutheran. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and Prince Lake.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lake, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Here with the Springs Valley pregame report with a chance to talk to Trinity Lutheran coach Mike Wilson. Coach Wilson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking.
You're got a rebuilding job, you might say here, or perhaps even just a building job as Trinity Lutheran starts its program over again after a year or so off of playing football. How's the beginning of it so far, and how do you feel about setting something up right from scratch?
Well, it was a 2-year hiatus where we didn't have football, and now we're basically laying the foundation. That's our motto this year, laying the foundation for a strong future. It looks really good. We're young, but they play hard, so hopefully we give a good performance tonight and have a great game.
What kind of style of football have you brought here to the north side of Seymour?
Well, we're usually a pretty power running team. That's pretty much what we like to do is power and then throw off a play action. So that's the kind of football that we're trying to do, but it's not really worked so far yet.
Well, hey, you never know when it's going to start working. You have to start from somewhere. You're playing a lot of young kids, especially your quarterback, who's a freshman.
Yeah. Tyler is a freshman. He's done an excellent job of coming in and basically learned the offense pretty quickly, and he's really athletic, and it's just basically him and a couple of the other freshmen we're throwing them right in the fire.
Only 14 kids, I think I read, came out for football, along with your 12 homeschool kids, so it's kind of a mix of kids from all over the place. How is the mix of kids coming from different parts of the area? How's that work so far?
It's worked really well, and we got 17 from Trinity and 5 homeschoolers. But it's been absolutely fantastic. They sort of blended really well. We had a week-long team camp in the summer, and that was where most of that blending happened. And then since then, they've been just working together seamlessly since then.
How do you feel this Valley team looks on film? I'm sure you've got to study them. They're off to a slow start as well, at least record-wise at 0-4. But what's your general impressions of Springs Valley?
Well, actually, I think that they're very good. You can't really look at their record because, to be quite honest, the teams they've played are combined either 14-2 or 13-3. So they've played really, really good competition. They've got a lot of speed on the outside. And then on top of that, they block really well, and they're very well coached by Coach Hammond.
What's the key to success tonight going to be for you guys if you're able to get off the schneid and get your first win?
It'd have to be ball control, controlling the game, not letting them get in good situations, putting them in third and longs. Those kind of things will be the thing that would help us. But they're a very talented team, and they play really hard and really well coached. So it'll be a good game.
Coach, good luck tonight and the rest of the season, and let's hope we get through injury-free and have a good game tonight.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate you guys coming out.
All right. That was head coach Mike Wilson with the Trinity Lutheran High School Cougars. This is Kevin Terrell. This has been the Springs Valley High School Football pregame report.
For the Brooks Galloway Real Estate Agency in French Lick and Pelly, this is Chris Burton with a new homeowner tip. The biggest investment most people will ever make is the purchase of a home, so you want to avoid making mistakes. We can help you find the right home for your family and situation. We have access to a large inventory and experience to give you confidence in your decision. The Brooks Galloway Agency has been trusted by families since 1971, helping people like you find the right home or sell a home, farm, or business. Call us at 936-7301 or take a look at some of our properties offered at brooksgalloway.com.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Keep going.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
Back at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour, Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell for another edition of Springs Valley Football. The Blackhawks playing the final of their 4 straight on the road. Thank goodness they will finally come home for 3. Next Friday night, the Crawford County Wolfpack come to town. And then in 2 weeks, it'll be homecoming with Tecumseh, the opposition. And then on October the 6th, it'll be Perry Central coming to town before the Hawks close out the season on the road at North Davies on October the 13th. Well, it is an absolutely beautiful field, Kevin. You can't ask for any better field conditions, not a cloud in the sky, and since we're outside with everybody else, worked out well. Now, 2 weeks ago, had we been doing the Paoli game out here, wouldn't have been so nice.
No, it would have been a little bit on the wet side that night, had we not had the booth, but we're here tonight. It's about 70 degrees or so, going to cool off into the 60s as the broadcast continues. Beautiful field, as you mentioned, here at Trinity Lutheran. A lot of gorgeous athletic facilities in this school. This is a school that cares deeply about athletics. Their gymnasium, their tennis courts, their baseball field, softball has all been extremely successful. They're trying to get their football program back and going. You can see from a long way away, you got that nice housing condition just down the road. You've got a tremendous group of crops across the field outside the track here. So it's a picturesque setting here in the northern side of Jackson County, and hopefully it'll be a beautiful night of football for us as well. We really need to get a win to get our kids' confidence going and get the second half of the season off on the right track.
And I'm sure, Kevin, among the many keys, one thing the Hawks have not done through the first 4 weeks is get off to a good start.
No, we have not. We've been getting behind early, and that's been dictating the how the game has been played. We need to get off to a high-quality start, and I think it's time to get our offense in gear. We need to have a night tonight where we spread them out and be able to move the football both on the ground and through the air, get our high-powered passing game going and see if we can't put up a big number. Get ahead early of Trinity. They don't want to pass the ball much. They want to run the football straight ahead. So if we can get ahead of them, make them do things they don't want to do, I think we've got a real chance to have a high amount of success here tonight.
All right. Trinity Lutheran won the toss. They have elected to receive. Valley will be moving right to left here in this first quarter of play. They're in their white uniforms, black numbers, black pants, and black helmets with a white V. Trinity in their navy uniforms, navy helmets, navy pants, and gold number. And the kick underway. It's headed for the far sideline. It'll go out of bounds, and that means the Cougars will get good field position to start things off from their own 35-yard line. Let's take a look at the offense for Trinity Lutheran. The quarterback, as Kevin mentioned, a freshman, Tyler Gerker, 165. The running back, Kyle Juback, 180, and a junior. The wingbacks are Jack Marksberry, 160, and a freshman, and Jacob Rowe at 165 and a senior. The split end, Caleb Baumgartner, Gartle at 155 and a sophomore. So as we talked about, just 2 seniors in the starting lineup, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. From the 35, first down and 10 is now hands off and looking for running room straight ahead, I believe, is the running back Juback, and he didn't find a whole lot of room, maybe a yard or so, up to the 36. Call it a gain of 1. It'll bring up now a second down and 9. The center for the Cougars, Jacob Mao, another of the freshmen, 170. Right guard, Ethan Watson, 190, the junior. Left guard is Nathan Carter at 210 and a senior. Gabe Carazales, 305 at a junior, the left tackle, and 190-pound sophomore Chris Mao is the right tackle. Out of the pistol on second down and 10, a double handoff as the ball given to Jacob Rowe. The ball knocked free, it's loose, and the officials say Spring Valley has come up with it. I believe it was Trenton McElfresh that came up with the football, and the Hawks have it as they force the first turnover of the game on just the second play from scrimmage.
Well, we needed a turnover early to get our momentum going. We started with our defense on the field. We've been giving up points in that first possession of the opponent every time out, so we get a defensive stop. Now we have a chance with the ball starting inside of Trinity territory to get off of that high-powered beginning that we've been hoping for. See if Whitaker can get going with his passing game, see if we can get our running game going, get some balance in our attack.
First and 10 for the Hawks from the 39. In motion is Lowe. Back to throw is Whitaker going downfield for Perkaiser, and does he come up with it? No, he does not. He drew double coverage on that far sideline. Actually, that was Jackson Land, the intended receiver. Good coverage for the Cougars as Tyler Gerker was back there along with Nathan Tomac.
Tomac was stride for stride with Jackson there on the pass. Whitaker tried to squeeze it in there. They had a safety over the top, but the safety was late. If he could have placed it perfectly, he might have had a shot, but it was good coverage by Tomac and the rest of the secondary of Trinity.
From the 39, second down and 10. The give is to Colby Lowe, trying to sweep left side, looking to turn the corner, and it's hit and run out of bounds after a short pickup. Looks like Colby steps out of bounds around the 35-yard line. So a pickup of 4 on the play. Now the Hawks are looking at a third down and 6.
They were using Bell there as a lead blocker on the sweep to the left. He had a chance to really clear some ground there. He got a nice kick-out block, but the run ended up going to these outside. He actually blocked somebody right into his path and ended up being just a 4-yard gain.
Ryan Tao and Jackson Land, the wideouts. In motion to the far side is Perkaiser out of the pistol. Whitaker looks to throw, has some time. He's going deep once again for Jackson Land. And does he come down with it? He does, near the goal line, maybe around the 2-yard line. Braden just put it up there for grabs, and Jackson able to run back down under it. And the Hawks knocking on the door already. They have not led all season, and they have a golden opportunity here. First and goal from the Trinity 2-yard line.
Ball was slightly underthrown. Good job by the receiver to come back to it and catch it right along the sideline. Didn't try to do too much after the catch. Just secured it and went to the ground. Springs Valley with the ball inside the 3-yard line with a chance to punch it in.
We are not even 2 minutes old, and the Hawks already knocking on the door. 2 wideouts, 2 wingbacks. Braden Whitaker, the quarterback keeper. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Spring Valley. So for the first time in 2017, the Hawks know what it's like to have the lead, as they score on their fourth play of the drive, keyed by the 33-yard catch from Braden Whitaker to Jackson Land, and then Braden punching it in from 2 yards out. And the Hawks have gone on top first with 9:57 to go here in this opening quarter of play.
Ran her in right behind Justin Shipman, the right guard. Whitaker kind of stepped to the side a little bit, went right behind the big fella who got him in there.
Now Valley will go for two. On the play action, Whitaker will fire it into the end zone. Oh, and he overthrew his intended target, Zach Carnes. He was wide open, breaking to the near side, but the pass thrown high, and the Hawks will have to settle for 6. But Valley on the board first, 9:57 to go, opening quarter. On the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it's the Hawks 6, Cougars nothing. Back with more Spring Valley football right after this.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers. Not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 2 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the Boulevard in West Baden or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
Hawks defense does the job, forcing a turnover, and then the offense wastes no time in getting the Hawks on the board. Now Whitaker kicked off, this time straight down the middle. It'll be fielded at the 18-yard line by Jack Marksberry, trying to break to the outside, and he's not going to find a whole lot of running room. Thanks to Isaiah Pantier. And also there for the Hawks was Ammon Aka to make sure he wasn't able to turn the corner. So again, Valley's special teams will start Trinity back deep in their own territory. They'll spot the ball at the 23-yard line. Again, we're down, got a perfect view of the 34-yard line, so we'll try to eyeball the best we can here.
Have to hold the scoreboard a little bit, which is just to our right. Trinity here to have their second possession. They've been going from the shotgun. I didn't expect that, but that's what they've been in so far, trying to give themselves a little bit more time. Quarterback keeper there around the left.
That was Tyler Gerker trying to sweep around left end, but the Hawks jumping on it and creating no gain on the play. It'll bring up now a second down and 10. Hawks defensively have Colton Reynolds, 275 and a junior, as their nose guard. The tackles, Nick Jones, 255 and a junior. Justin Haley, 185 and a junior. The ends, Adam George, 150 and a sophomore. Raheem Bell at 185 and a senior. Second and 10, Gerker out of the pistol formation, takes the snap, drops back to throw, steps up into the pocket, now looks to run, and again, he's not going to find a whole lot of running room. And Trenton McElfresh, one of the linebackers for the Hawks, really created a lot of pressure there, and a loss here back to the 20-yard line. So it'll bring up now a third down and 13. Rounding out the rest of Valley's defense, the middle linebacker, Justin Shipman, 195 and a junior. Drake Terry, the outside linebacker, at 155 and a junior. Corner, Zach Carnes, 155 and a senior. Cole Cooper, 155 and a junior. And Isaiah Pantier at 160 and a junior, the safety. Out of a shotgun, back to throw is Gerker. Looks, fires over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Marksberry, the intended receiver for Trinity. Both Cole Cooper and Isaiah Pantier in on the coverage, but the pass overthrown a bit. It'll bring up fourth down, and that makes two straight possessions here. The Hawk defense has looked solid.
Gerker had a strong arm there as he fired it up over the middle, but it was high, and he would have had a chance to run with that had he been able to bring it in. He had the coverage beat. It was a deep slant route over the middle. Could have ran for a while, but Valley avoids damage, and now here's a shanked punt off the side of his foot. It's going to go out of bounds just past the 40-yard line, so it's still inside Trinity territory. Valley will get it at about the 43 is where they're going to mark it. Good field position for the Hawks.
Josh Rowe punting, and again, angled it off his foot. Just a 23-yard punt, and it'll set up the Hawks again in outstanding field position. They started at the Trinity 39 last time, and this time they'll go from the Cougar 43-yard line. So two straight possessions Valley starting in enemy territory. They had luck last time. Let's see what they do here. Low, the lone setback, 2 wingbacks, 2 wideouts. Perkiser in motion to the far side. Ball snapped back to Whitaker. Pitch to Colby Lowe on the sweep, trying to turn the corner. Has some good running room. Plows his way inside the 40 to the 35, and before the Cougars can spill him, Colby down to about the 30-yard line.
Good job by Colby to turn his shoulders upfield there. Sometimes he gets going side to side and never gets his shoulders parallel. But that time he turned it upfield, got a good head of steam there, ran behind his pads, and got big yardage.
13 yards to be exact to the Trinity 30-yard line. Second first down for the Hawks. Their first on the run. They continue to move the ball. We're barely 4 minutes old into the contest. Valley already with a 6-0 lead. Whitaker out of the pistol, in motion. Inside handoff to Wyatt Perkiser. He's got a big hole up the middle. Slipping a couple tackles. Still on his feet, driving Cougar tacklers with him as he plows his way down inside the 20 and close to about the 12-yard line before the Cougars can spill him. So Wyatt, with his first run of the night, bites off huge chunks, and the Hawks are moving at will. That's an 18-yard run for Wyatt, and the Hawks pounding their way forward, looking for their second score here. And we still haven't even played half of the opening quarter.
Field Valley starting to fill themselves with confidence there. Whitaker in the shotgun here with a chance to throw.
Here is Braden to throw, fires it out on the flat, got his man, Cole Cooper, makes a couple of cuts, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Springs Valley. So a little screen pass on the near side to Cole Cooper, and he makes the catch, does a couple little dekes, and he's into the end zone, and the Hawks have scored again barely 3 minutes after they got their first touchdown of the contest.
Clock's running.
And why the clock is running, I don't really know here. But well, we'll see if they stop it. It'll go as a 12-yard touchdown pass from Braden Whitaker to Cole Cooper.
Well, they stopped it at 7:15, so we'll change our time of possession number just a bit. Valley going for 2.
Handoff, Raheem Bell straight ahead running. Does he get in? Yes, he does. So Raheem punches it in for the 2-point conversion, and the Hawks roll in here. Well, they ran the clock 4 seconds there, so I'm not sure.
Hey, they're just getting the bugs worked out here at Trinity, starting football after a while. They have to retrain themselves on how to run the clock. But that 2-point conversion, I believe, was it good?
Yes, it was.
So they haven't got the points up there yet, but it's 14-0.
Right. Timeout on the field. 7:11 to go, first quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now the Hawks 14, Cougars nothing. Back with more Springs Valley football in just a moment.
Hello from Valley Marathon. Come to our Valley Car Fest, Cruise In, and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 23rd at Valley Marathon. Registration 9 till noon. Prizes for all, and there's no registration fee at Valley Marathon, September 23rd. That's the Cruise In and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 23rd, Valley Marathon.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Back to action as Valley kicking off to the Cougars, fielded at the 13-yard line by the quarterback, Tyler Gertrude, on the kickoff return team, and he was able to sweep around left end and get good yardage, carrying it all the way out to the 39-yard line of Trinity. So a nice return. This will be the best field position that the Cougars have had as they begin their third drive of the game.
Springs Valley's kickoff coverage team getting a workout. They're not used to scoring so much, where they have to cover so many kicks, but 2 early scores have put their kickoff coverage on the field.
And in trouble in the backfield and losing the football is Marksberry, picked up by Drake Terry, and he runs it in. Touchdown, Springs Valley. Give Colton Reynolds all the credit. He got in there and nailed. It was actually Kyle Juback who had the ball, and as the Hawks were wrapping him up, forced Juback to cough it up. Drake Terry picks it up, and he runs it back 33 yards for the score, and just over 5 minutes into the ball game, the Hawks already with their third touchdown of the game. I would say now, Kevin, the Hawks taking out their frustrations here already from the first 4 weeks of the season.
Could have potentially called him down, I thought, as forward progress was stopped, but they spun around Zubak, who coughed up the football. Second turnover on Trinity. They got to take care of the ball to have any chance at all and to hang close in this game. And as it is, Valley taking advantage, and they're up 20-0 early.
Back to throw. Whitaker on the 2-point conversion, throws into the end zone, and making his first catch of the year is the senior Ryan Tao, and he had to make an acrobatic leap to grab that one, but he hangs on, and the Hawks tack 2 more on the board, and they are rolling here already in Seymour. Time out of the field, 6:52 to go, first quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now Valley 22, Trinity nothing. Back with more Blackhawks football after this timeout.
Let's say your kid or an envious coworker posted on social media that you're going on vacation. While you're excited about your time away, you're concerned that your empty home may be at risk. Leave your worries at home and pack peace of mind when you sign up for Smithville Security. Our #1 rated Honeywell Lyric home automation system provides full protection, and you can monitor your home from miles away. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville. Find out how to pack peace of mind and leave worries behind at smithvillesecurity.com.
Short kick this time by Braden Whitaker, who's been busy with his foot kicking off. He started the ball game, and now 3 touchdowns later, he kicks off for the 4th time. Zubak able to field it for Trinity and get it back to, looks like they'll spot the ball. And we're not that high, and we're down more on one end of the field.
Yes, like the 33.
Yeah. They've got it on the board. We're told them to try to be accurate with the ball on, so works for me on the 33-yard line. Hawks have already forced 2 turnovers. They scored directly on one and got a touchdown on the other. And on 1st down and 10, carrying the football this time, is Bryce Lister, a 6'1 senior. Big boy at 205 pounds, able to plow his way out to the 38-yard line, so he'll pick up 5 yards there. 2nd down and 5.
That's probably a good job by them to get the ball in the hands of someone bigger who can withstand some of the punishment the Springs Valley defense has been carrying on their ball handlers.
Play action, back to throw. Gurker fires over the middle, and the pass is almost intercepted and then almost caught. Jackson Land got a piece of it on the throw over the middle. It was intended for Caleb Baumgartel, and after Jackson tipped it, Baumgartel nearly was able to grab it, but he just had it deflect off his fingertips to the ground, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 now for Trinity.
Good arm strength again on Gurker, the quarterback. He threw that on a line and had some velocity on it, bounced off a Springs Valley defender and almost caught. He would have been a touchdown had he been able to snag it in. Gurker, even though he's 0 for 2, has shown some powerful arms there for the freshman.
In play action, back to throw. Fires it out on the flat. He's got his man. That is, we'll check on the receiver there.
Josh
Rowe, who makes the reception. But Trenton McElfresh was right out there in good coverage, and he brought him down almost immediately. He gets it to the 39-yard line. It's only a gain of a yard on that play. So now Trinity looking at a 4th down and 4, and now we'll see what head coach Mike Wilson elects to do. Looks like they're going to try to go for it. Already down 22-0.
I don't see any reason why not. Put the ball in the hands of your freshman quarterback and let him sling it around a little bit.
Marksbury, the lone setback. Gurker's going to run with it. Tries to go off the right side, and he's not going to go anywhere. Let's see who came off the bottom of that pile. It was, I believe, Justin Shipman. It was. And Justin making the big tackle there. And the defense now, what a job they have done. They have stopped Trinity 4 straight times now, forcing 2 fumbles, a punt, and now on downs. And that gives the offense some golden field position as they will take over now, 1st and 10 at the Trinity Lutheran 40-yard line. So only a yard pickup there for Gurker. And the Hawks back on the attack once again with 5:21 remaining here in the opening quarter. Valley already up 22-0 on Trinity.
Single high safety. He's got man coverage on the outside.
And off to Perkiser, trying to go behind the Raheem Bell block. Gets a nice one there, and he's got some good running room as he cut back inside of Raheem's block and picks up huge yardage down inside the 25. And we'll see where they mark it. Looks like it'll be the 21-yard line, so 19-yard pickup there for Wyatt. Coming in 262 yards on the year. He's been Valley's leading ground gainer. And that's his second carry now. He had an 18-yarder to go with this 19-yarder. And the Hawks almost in the red zone, just outside of it at the 21 of Trinity. Whitaker out of a pistol. In motion is Carnes to the near side. Back to throw is Brayton. Has time. Steps up. Fires out on the flat. Got his man, Wyatt Perkiser. Got a block from Carnes. He's to the 10. He's to the 5, fighting for the goal line, and he'll get close. Not quite in, but he'll be down around the 1, maybe the 2-yard line.
Glad you called the block on Zach Carnes there. Zach doing his job as a slot receiver, but the pass was thrown up over his head and caught, so he blocked the inside man, gave him a room to run, and almost sprung him for a touchdown. Valley blocking well on the perimeter tonight. Bell and all those sweeps. Carnes right there as a wide receiver. That's how you get big gains out there when your wide receivers and your quick people put Trinity Lutheran defenders on their backs.
20-yard reception for Wyatt Perkiser. First and goal, Hawks at the 1. And the handoff to Raheem Bell. Off the right side, he powers his way in. Touchdown, Springs Valley. They have their 4th score of the night, and we still have 4:22 remaining here in this opening quarter of play. It's now 28-0 in favor of the Hawks as Raheem gets his first touchdown. He had that 2-point run on Valley's second touchdown. I have a feeling I'm going to be writing a lot on the scoring sheet here.
There's no doubt. The way this game is going, we may hit triple digits, although I expect things to slow down a bit as Valley gets some of their second and third line players in.
Valley will go for 2. Back to throw is Whitaker. Fires into the end zone, and it's Ryan Tao that makes the catch again. He kind of had to reach back behind him a little bit, but Ryan's showing he's got great hands. He's got his second 2-point conversion, and the Hawks showing they cannot be stopped here in the early going. Time out of the field, 4:22 to go, opening quarter on the Fast Cities Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Hawks have extended their lead to 30-0 over Trinity Lutheran. We're back with more Valley football right after this.
Do you want to begin again? At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, you can begin again with our Spring Back checking account. Don't qualify for a traditional checking account? No problem. Springs Valley Spring Back Checking is designed for those who want to reestablish a positive banking history and be in control of their own personal finances. Call, click, or stop by any banking center to learn more about Spring Back Checking and how you can begin again. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Second half, oh yeah.
Hawks cutting through the Trinity defense like melted butter. And now there's a ball that goes off a Trinity Lutheran player, and a scramble 4, but the Cougars able to fall on top of it. Will Frazier had it deflect off of him on the squib boot there by Braden Whitaker. And the Cougars now will take over the football once again. They have not had any success in moving the ball thus far, as this Hawk defense has been outstanding.
For Trinity, I think you want to continue to throw the football. They don't have any hope with all their small offensive line of moving us, I don't think. The quarterback has shown a strong arm. I think they need to spread it out and throw it, although it's not what they generally want to do. They got a little laundry on the field. I think Valley had 12 people on the field. That should move. Trinity Lutheran up 5 yards.
That is the first penalty by either team. And indeed, it'll move it up to the 34-yard line. So a substitution infraction there.
Officials we know well. The Crispin brothers are here to call this game tonight on the periphery of Jackson County.
And off, this is Bryce Lister carrying the football as he works his way straight up the middle, and he may have first down yardage here up at about the 40-yard line. In fact, He does. So the first down of the ball game, it took Trinity till their 5th possession to get their initial first down of the contest, and they've got it 1st and 10 now at their own 40-yard line. With just under 4 minutes remaining, darkness beginning to settle here in the middle of Jackson County.
Lister makes more sense for them, 6'1", 205, and a senior. Get somebody with some more power behind these pads.
Out of the pistol, Gerker play action, fires it out on the flat. Ball is caught by Josh Rowe, but right there was Zach Carnes to bring him down almost immediately. And the Hawks defensively here, Kevin, are making some good reads.
Pass out to the flat. Quick 3-step drop. Lister delivered it. They need to get a little more separation from the Valley defenders if they want to be able to catch the ball and move it after they make the reception. They're relying on that kind of yak yardage, shorter passes, trying to run after the catch. Valley defense, at least so far tonight, having none of that.
Just a gain of 1 on that pass play. 2nd down and 9 for Trinity at their own 41-yard line. Drew back in the backfield with Gerker, who takes the snap, looks to run, moves to his left side, tries to get to the outside, turns it upfield, has a little bit of running room. He'll be close to first down yardage. He made a nice little move there to elude Cole Cooper, and he will indeed pick up the first down, as for the first time tonight, the Cougars are into Valley territory. That's a 10-yard run for Gerker, and the ball resting now at the Valley 49-yard line.
Zone play right there by Trinity Lutheran. Using their speed, their blockers stepped to the left, and they ran the zone play with the quarterback. That's probably a little bit of a better blocking scheme than their power that they've been trying to run so far tonight. As they move everybody in unison, they can use their smaller players to use their speed. Worked well for them there.
This time carrying the football is Lawson Woods, a 5'10 freshman. So Mike Wilson using a number of running backs, and Woods rather, able to maybe get a couple of yards to the 47. That's it. That'll bring up now a 2nd down and 8. So this has by far been Trinity's longest drive. They went 2 plays on their first possession before fumbling. They went 3 and out on their second, fumbled on their third, and then gave up the ball on downs on their fourth. Here they've got 2nd and 8 at the Valley 47. Gerker out of the pistol, hands off, and this is Lister again. Works his way forward and picks up maybe a couple of yards on the play. Nick Jones in on the stop for the Hawks. You know, one thing that's a plus for Valley tonight, Kevin, is the fact that they only have 3 two-way starters. Now, that doesn't mean that other guys aren't going to get some action. They'll be spelling people from time to time, but that just shows the versatility of this team.
And nice to have a depth advantage over someone for the first time all year, too. Having more players than they have certainly helps. We'll be able to stay fresh while Trinity is going to wear down, you would think, as the game continues.
On 3rd and 4, Gerker keeps the football, runs to his left, doesn't find any running room whatsoever. And he'll go down. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. In fact, actually, I think they're going to spot it back to the 44. They will. So actually, that's a loss of a yard there for the quarterback, Gerker. And now it'll bring up 4th down and 5 here for Trinity, with under a minute remaining here in the opening quarter. And it's been a long time. I'm sure it's happened, but it's probably been a long time, Kevin, since Valley scored 30 points in 1 quarter.
No doubt. Offense was clicking. They took advantage of some turnovers from Trinity to get good field position. By far their most productive quarter of the year for Springs Valley. Really, already the 2nd most productive game.
Let's see if they can hold here on 4th and 5. Snap back to Gerker. They're going to throw downfield. They've got a man, and it is incomplete. Good job by Jackson Land to break up the pass. Josh Rowe was the intended receiver. And through these first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, the Hawks have bid on that play action, leaving a wide receiver wide open, but not that time. Jackson was stride for stride with Josh Rowe and was able to break up the pass, and the Hawks will hold on downs for the 2nd time tonight. And with 15 seconds left here in the opening quarter, they've got the football back again, still leading 30-0.
Tried some trickeration there. It was Jacob Rowe on the option play, the pitch, throwing to his brother, Josh Rowe, running down the sideline, couldn't complete it. Valley takes over.
On 1st and 10, Whitaker, play action, rolls to his right, looks, fires over the middle. He's got his man. That's Wyatt Perkiser. Makes a cut, breaks the tackle, trying to get to the outside. Slips another tackle. There he goes. He's into Trinity territory. Makes a little deke and is finally brought down from behind by Nathan Tomac. But again, a great run after the catch by Wyatt Perkiser, and the Hawks knocking at the door once again. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 20 of Trinity when play resumes. We've come to the end of the first quarter. From Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it's the Blackhawks 30, the Cougars nothing. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
With Kevin Carroll, Mike Hamilton at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour. Hawks start the second quarter, 1st and 10 at the Trinity 20, already leading 30-0 as back to throw is Whitaker, pumps one, fires out on the flats, got a man wide open, that is Zach Carnes. He makes the catch and goes down almost immediately, brought down by Tyler Gecker, but Zach makes his first catch, and depending on where they spot it, I think they are going to say that's good enough for a first down. And Braden Whitaker has been right on the numbers thus far. He is now 5 out of 6 in the passing department for 111 yards and already one touchdown. And the Hawks now 1st and goal from the Cougar 10-yard line.
We see what kind of damage Whitaker can do when you don't have a monsoon coming down, an effective grip, and you don't have any pressure on the quarterback. He's able to stand back there and pick people apart with his strong arm and accuracy.
Whitaker throws the screen pass. Caught out here by Wyatt Perkiser, trying to break to the outside. 10-5, touchdown, Springs Valley. The screen pass worked perfectly as Wyatt had to grab that off his shoe tops, but once he had it, there was no stopping him, and he sails around left end, dives into the end zone, and the Hawks have their 5th touchdown of the ball game just 44 seconds into the second quarter.
Getting ugly early here in Jackson County. Trinity really struggling defensively. Springs Valley's quarterback, Whitaker, is hot. People are running free wide open all over the field, and he's delivering the football on time and on target. Valley rolling.
And now on to attempt the extra point here is Zach Carnes, and he does not get it. He had the distance, but he shanked it just a little bit to the right. So that was kind of new. I'm not sure if Zach's been working that much on the extra points, but with Javon Gilmore out due to an ankle injury, they thought, what the heck, we'll give Zach a try, and he got it high enough and far enough, just not accurate enough.
I was watching his split where he kind of stutter-stepped on his way in there. He needs to get a little bit further away from the ball. When he starts, he realized he was too close and kind of took choppy steps as he got in there and kind of messed up the accuracy of his kick. Nevertheless, Valley rolling 36-0.
11:16 to go. First half on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, 36-0 Hawks. Back with more Valley football in just a moment.
For the Brooks Galloway Real Estate Agency in French Lick and Pelly, this is Chris Burton with a new homeowner tip. The biggest investment most people will ever make is the purchase of a home, so you want to avoid making mistakes. We can help you find the right home for your family and situation. We have access to a large inventory and experience to give you confidence in your decision. The Brooks Galloway Agency has been trusted by families since 1971, helping people like you find the right home or sell a home, farm, or business. Call us at 936-7301 or take a look at some of our properties offered at brooksgalloway.com.
Valley pouring it on now as they have increased their lead to 36-0 as Whitaker kicks off, fielded by Jack Marksberry. And as he brings it upfield, a great open field tackle by Zach Carnes. I'll tell you what, this Valley team fired up right now, Kevin. They are playing outstanding football.
We know you get hit in the mouth for as many weeks in a row as Springs Valley has been. You feel the frustration, and the kids have stuck with it. They needed a confidence boost to play against someone a little bit lower than them, so they've been able to come out tonight and run a show what they're made of. I think it portends good things as the season continues.
All right, so Trinity back on the attack. They've got it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Kirker out of a shotgun. Takes the snap, high snap, hands off to Lister. Started outside, cuts it back in, and is stacked up after a short pickup, maybe a yard or so. Adam George in on the stop for the Hawks. And we'll call it a gain of a yard on the play for Lister. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 9.
Hawks have a variety of people they're playing on defense tonight. They've got some subs in there. We'll get to it in a moment. I see Drake Terry out there. I think I saw Justin Haley getting in the game. So variety of other guys that we don't always call.
Also 33 of Trinity, 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars. Again, out of shotgun, Gerker takes the snap, play action, looks, goes on the near sideline, and the pass is caught, as that is Rowe that makes the reception, and he was able to elude the defender over there on that side, Cole Cooper, who thought he might have gone out of bounds. He did not, and he ends up turning it into a nice gain all the way across midfield into Valley territory to the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20 on the play, and just, I believe, the 2nd first down of the night for the Cougars.
It seems like every pass play is to Rowe. It's because it is. Both of their receivers are named Rowe. Their brother is Jacob Rowe, 6'1", 165, and a senior. Little brother is bigger than him, 6'3", 175, and a sophomore. That's Josh.
On 1st down and 10, the handoff is to Jubak, and Jubak finding a little bit of running room off the left side. Powers his way down close to the 45-yard line before the Hawks can spill him. Actually, he's down to about the 40-yard line, so he's going to pick up 7 yards on the play there. So all of a sudden, the Cougars starting to have a little success here, moving the ball on the Hawks. 2nd down and 3 now from the Valley 40-yard line.
Good to see Jubak in there for Trinity. He fumbled the football and didn't get any more carries for the rest of the quarter. They give him another shot at it and a nice run with it.
Kirker up a little closer out of the pistol and looks to keep the football, now hands off, and it is Rowe again, Jacob Rowe carrying, and he'll be close to first down yardage around the 37-yard line. We'll see where the officials mark the football, and indeed they do say it is enough for the first down. So they'll spot the ball at the 36. It'll be a gain of 4, and all of a sudden the Cougars starting to enjoy a little success offensively.
Row your boat for Trinity as they try to swim upstream in this 36-0 game, using the Rowe brothers to march it down into Springs Valley territory. Nice drive here for the undermanned Cougars.
I like how you worded that, by the way.
I've been saving it all night.
I'll bet.
I've been filling material already.
Here's Lister on the carry, and he works his way off the left side, files his way down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 7. 36-0 Hawks, 8:40 to go here in the first half. The Hawks have come out, struck early, and struck often. They have taken advantage of 2 turnovers by the Cougars. One, a fumble return by Drake Terry, and after another fumble, took it downfield and scored.
Beware of a long pass there over the middle.
Snap back to Gerker, looking to run, trying to break to the outside, has a little bit of running room. A flag comes in. Gerker with a nice run inside the 20 and down around the 16, but there is a penalty flag down. And we'll see what this is. It is going to be a holding call against Trinity, and that will nullify a nice run there by Gerker on that sweep around left end.
Kevin Crispin right on top of it. The white hat tonight. He comes up to visit the big town of Seymour, made the long trip up from southern Indiana. call that hold. That was on the backside there as they were chasing their quarterback, Gerker, around left end, who broke a tackle. He's running with more power than you would think a kid with about 140 pounds. I know they listed him at 165, but they told me off the air that they inflated that a little bit to make it look a bit better. He's probably around the 145 area, they think.
So that'll be an 11-yard penalty. That'll move the ball back to the Valley 44. So instead of a 1st and 10 at about the 22, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 18 now for the Cougars. Gerker out of the shotgun. Got 3 in the backfield, all to the near side. Gerker looking to throw. Now fires it out on the flat. He's got his man and hit, and going down immediately is Josh Rowe, thanks to Trenton McElfresh again. Trenton rewarded with a start here this week at that linebacker position, and boy, the senior has stepped up and made some terrific plays thus far. I think there's no gain on the play. There is on that completion to Josh Rowe, so it'll bring up now a 3rd down and 18 for Trinity.
Almost knocked that young man into the front row. If there were bleachers on that side, as McElfresh delivered the hit. Good technique tackle right there. Got his head around and hit him hard with his left shoulder and brought him down. Just perfect form, technique.
I'm going to have to come up with a pun here. Knocked him into the front row. I get it. Back to throw Gecker on 3rd down and long. He is going long, and the pass is almost intercepted. He overthrew his intended target, Jack Marksberry, and back there playing center field was Cole Cooper, and he dove for the ball and nearly came up with the interception.
Marksberry broke the rules, you might say, of being a wide receiver as he pulled up on the route and did not continue it. That ball was overthrown, but it really wasn't the quarterback's fault. It was Marksberry who stopped for whatever reason. His quarterback was trying to lead him on toward the post on the post pattern, didn't do it. Trinity looks like they're going to have to punt.
Back deep for the Hawks, Jackson Land and Zach Carnes. Just under 7 minutes to go, first half. Now we have 36-0. And Rowe will send a spiraling boot, fielded at the 15-yard line by Zach Carnes toward the near side. He comes back the other way, looking for running room, breaks to the outside, and he's hit and knocked out of bounds as he gets out over the 35-yard line and up to about maybe the 36 or so. So a good return there by Zach, and the Hawks back on the hunt again at the 6:42 mark of this first half of play, already leading 36-0 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ. 1st and 10 Valley now at their own 36-yard line. Whitaker,
the direct snap,
takes the snap and drives forward. Gets some good yardage as he pounds his way out over the 40 and up to about the 42. Hawks have mixed the run and pass pretty well thus far. Here they'll give Whitaker a gain of 5 to the 41. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 5.
Look how big Braden looks back there, towering over some of our smaller backs. Braden's really put on some strength, and he's grown a little bit over the summer. He's a solid 6'3".
Absolutely. Here's the screen pass caught by Jackson Land. Breaks a tackle at the 40 up to the 45, and he's finally hit. And it will go down, should be a 1st down, I believe. And it will be. They'll spot it up at the 49-yard line, so an 8-yard gain as Jackson makes his 2nd reception. And again, the Hawks continue to move the football.
Like the variety of things we've done offensively. We've used the running game a little bit. We've ran to the outside. We've stretched them horizontally. And we've been able to throw long up the right sideline some. So we've got the Trinity defense on its heels, no doubt.
1st and 10 from the 49. Inside handoff, Zach Carnes takes it up the middle of the field. Got hit. Got away momentarily and then ends up finally getting finished off out there by Marksberry. But a good run there. Zach's first run from scrimmage. Picks up good yardage to the 45 of Trinity. That'll be a 6-yard gain on the play.
16 Trinity cheerleaders over here stomping their feet on the bleachers. I thought we were having an earthquake there until I noticed them.
22 if you looked at their...
Yeah, well, I counted them down there. There were
Okay.
16 here. I guess they couldn't fit all 22 on this string of bleachers.
There you
Thought
go.
we were having a 8.0 earthquake there for a second.
On 2nd down and 4, back to throw. Whitaker's had time all night long. This time he's in a little bit of trouble, and he'll go down. Managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, but this time the protection broke down in front of him. Kyle Juback leading a charge there. No gain on the play for Braden. It'll set up now a 3rd down and call it 4 at the Trinity 45-yard line.
He was trying to get Jackson Land on the post route. They were trying to throw deep and get Jackson into the end zone. They had designs of a long pass play there, but the pocket broke down. Braden didn't pull the trigger, and he took the sack.
Out to the far side, Land to the near. Bell in the backfield. In motion is Perkiser, but the inside handoff goes to Zach Carnes. He's got some running room. He's got the 1st down. And before he's pulled down, he is inside the 40 and down to about the 36-yard line. So that little misdirection play has been a staple all season for the Hawks. It works there as Zach, with his 2nd carry, picks up 9 yards to the 36 of Trinity. And it'll be another 1st down as the Hawks continuing to plow their way deeper into Cougar territory.
Trinity defensive line trying to flow with the football there. So you run the counter, inside handoff back at him. Big Nick Jones sealed the edge. Gave Carnes room to run. It's another 1st down for Valley.
In motion, Perkiser to the near side. Ball snapped back to Whitaker. Has some time. Steps up. Now looks. Fires out of the flat, and the pass is incomplete. Zach Carnes was the intended receiver about 10 or 12 yards downfield. The pass just a tad bit high. Zach tried to leap for it and was unable to come down with it.
Good passing game concept for Springs Valley, though. They had a receiver deep. They had one in the intermediate area. They had one short. He chose the intermediate route in Carnes, who was open. It was a good read by Whitaker. He just delivered him a little bit high. Zach couldn't quite pull it down.
We really didn't get as fast as Valley's been scoring. We haven't really had a chance to talk about their offense, with Whitaker at 205 at a senior, the quarterback. Raheem Bell, 185 at a senior, the fullback. Running back Wyatt Perkiser, 145 at a senior. Colby Lowe at 145 at a junior. And there is Wyatt running rush shot again over Trinity. Straight ahead running on that little misdirection. And again, his offensive line opening up a big hole, and he fights his way through for 1st down yardage. Down inside the 25. They'll spot it at the 22. A gain of 14 on the play, and Wyatt now over the 50-yard rushing mark here.
That fooled me. I was watching Colby Lowe on the left sweep. I thought he had the football. Good ball handling there by Whitaker and the rest of the Hawks to disguise the design of the play, and they get able to smash Perkiser right up the gut for big yardage. Trinity wants to talk it over with a timeout.
Students, football players, and folks like you like DQ Blizzards. This is the time for a pumpkin pie blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Stop in for a mini blizzard, just $2.88, or have a $5 meal, including Sunday at Dairy Queen in French Lick. Time out of the field, 2:50 to go. 1st half on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Hawks rolling all over Trinity, 36-0. We'll be back with more Valley football in just a moment.
Hello from Valley Marathon. Come to our Valley Car Fest, Cruise In, and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 23rd at Valley Marathon. Registration 9 till noon. Prizes for all, and there's no registration fee at Valley Marathon, September 23rd. That's the Cruise In and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 23rd, Valley Marathon.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the Calabar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Punch Day through Fridays. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. 1st and 10 Valley at the Cougar 22-yard line. In motion is Perkiser, back to throw. Whitaker fires it out on the flat. He's got his man. That is Wyatt Perkiser again, and he's fighting for more yardage down inside the 10. Where it'll bring up a 1st. No, actually, it's Ryan Tao. I was going to say, he's awfully tall to be Wyatt Perkiser, and it was Ryan. That's his first catch other than the 2-point conversion that he had on the year. And it's for a good one all the way down to the 6-yard line. That's a 16-yard pickup. So good to see the two seniors hook up there, Whitaker and Ryan Tao. First and goal, Valley now at the Trinity 6. Whitaker out of the pistol formation. Sends Carnes in motion to the near side. Now he resets. Back to throw Whitaker. Fires into the end zone of the pass. Caught! Touchdown, Springs Valley. That was Zach Carnes who hauled it in as he beat the defender, Gerker, here on the near side. And the Hawks have tacked on another 6 with 2:08 remaining here in this first half of play.
That was well done. Whitaker throwing some arm strength there from the left hash, delivered it all the way outside the numbers on the right side of the field. The ball was a little bit behind Carnes, who had to spin back around his back shoulder and bring it in. Withstood the hit, caught the touchdown, and Valley rolling. See if Zach can add the extra point if he's going to get another attempt at it.
Don't see too many left-footed booters there.
No, but I like it. Bad snap.
Picked up by Whitaker. He's going to have to throw. He lobs it into the end zone, and he was going for Wyatt Perkiser, and Wyatt could not run it down. So the bad snap there prevents the extra point, but Zach has his first touchdown reception of his career, and the Hawks have put another 6 on the board. 2:08 to go, first half on the Fast City scoreboard. Valley's lead now 42-0 over Trinity. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
End over end boot fielded by Jack Marksberry at the 18-yard line, and a nice return out over the 40 and up to about the 43-yard line. So this will be the best field position from which Trinity starts. They'll actually spot it back at the 42 now with just over 2 minutes remaining here in this first half of play. The Cougars have a couple of timeouts to work with, and obviously if you're Mark Hammond, even though you're up big here, you don't want your team to relax. Ball snap back, high snap, hand off to Lister, works his way off the left side. He fumbles the football. And are they going to say it was dead or not? No, they're going to give it to Valley. And I think that was Cole Cooper that came up with it.
It was. Cooper was down when he actually got possession of the football, had his knee down, so they had to blow it dead. He could have had a chance to return it for a touchdown. There was on nothing but green grass. Looking at him, and it's the third turnover on a fumble by Trinity Lutheran, who has just really had a nightmare first half.
Again, credit Valley's defenders. They are making some terrific hits and jarring that ball loose. So Hawks now have it 1st and 10 at the Trinity 45-yard line. Trying to add more points here before halftime.
Well, Mike, you and I have been on the other end of some of these broadcasts when it's been Springs Valley, who's been young and overwhelmed and undermanned against some of these powerful opponents. So you do feel a little bit for the Trinity kids, but it's good to see the confidence growing for Springs Valley. This is the type of dynamic offense I thought we had, and we all thought we had.
And off to Colby Lowe, sweeping around left end, gets some nice yardage. As he was able to turn the corner, he'll pick up first down yardage as he bowls his way inside the 35, down to about the, looks like they'll spot it at the 33. That is already the 11th first down of this first half for the Hawks. 12-yard gain there for Colby. That's his third carry for 31 yards. Hawks is a team now over the 100-yard rushing mark. They're well over it in the passing department, as Whitaker now 9 out of 11 there with 3 scores. From the 33, Whitaker sends Carnes in motion, inside handoff Perkiser. Broke a tackle, still on his feet, driving forward. inside the 25 to the 20, and before the Cougars can spill him, he's down around the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. So Hawks continuing to break off huge chunks of yardage. They'll spot this at the 17, 16-yard gain there for Wyatt. And the Hawks, I believe they have 2 timeouts, or did they use one earlier? I'm not sure.
Trinity used one. Valley's got all 3.
All right. So plenty of time here with 1:10 to go in the half. Ball snapped back to Whitaker. Handoff Perkiser. Straight ahead. Ready? 10-5. Touchdown, Springs Valley. Again, the speed of Wyatt Perkiser. And once he got through the initial line of scrimmage, nobody quick enough from the Cougars to stop him. And Wyatt bowls his way into the end zone. The Hawks have their 7th touchdown here in this first half of play. And now lead it 48-0 with just over a minute to go before halftime.
You see a young team that's struggling in Trinity. They're not getting off blocks. They're getting blocked, and they're staying blocked, and they're getting high in their pursuit. But Springs Valley running low and powerful, able to just run through people. And it's a blowout of epic proportions in this first half.
Let's see if Zach can kick the extra point, and he does. He didn't get much altitude, but he got it to clear the crossbar. So good for Zach, and he is high-fiving everybody on the far sideline. So the Hawks do kick the extra point at last, and with 1:03 remaining here before halftime, they now have a 49-0 lead on the Trinity Lutheran Cougars. We'll keep it right here, and remind you that Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone at the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ.
You know, I love BRCJ, Mike, but I also love that promo for Dairy Queen, and I think since we're going right by a Dairy Queen on the way home there in Brownstown, I have a feeling we may be stopping.
You bet. A boot picked up by Marksberry, trying to sweep the outside, is run out of bounds up at around the 45-yard line. So the Cougars have been getting some decent returns on the kickoffs. Boy, Braden Whitaker's foot has to be pretty tired right now. That's all he's been doing, other than, well, his right arm, too, I guess. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes.
We're going to have a backup kicker on the kickoff right there. We're wearing Whitaker out. It's been a good day to practice things, run all your variety of offensive sets, run a bunch of different plays, get the ball in the hands of people. Into the second half, I expect we'll see a variety of people handle the ball for Valley. Let's just get this half over with and not get anybody hurt.
1st and 10 Cougars. Ball snapped back to Gecker. He is going long downfield, and he overthrew his intended target. That is Jack Marksberry.
Gerker's got a strong arm, and he likes to show it off. Doesn't have the touch yet that you need to deliver some of these balls. That was 10 yards overthrown, if not more. Didn't have enough loft on it either for the receiver to be able to run under it. Things that the young man will learn. Gerker 4 for 9 in his passing attempts so far, and officially has shown some ability.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Halftime Report, our senior spotlight this week, centers on Bert's Rails. Talk about our halftime guests as well, as Gerker hands off, and the ball carrier is Kyle Juback, and he is wrestled to the ground as Colton Reynolds got his big bare paws around him and heaves him to the turf. No gain on the play there. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Trinity from their own 45. He's been the assistant principal for a while, but first year as athletic director, and going to be making an addition to his family. We'll talk with Daniel Wolford at halftime. A lot of exciting things going on in his life. 10 seconds to go in the half. Back to throw Gecker. In trouble. Rolls out of the pocket. Flushed out. Now he's going to run with it. He's to the 45, 50, 40, and down to about the 38-yard line on what will be the final play of this first half. So Gerker scrambling for his life, able to pick up nice yardage as he goes for about 17 yards. But unfortunately for Trinity, the half comes to an end. and maybe mercifully for them as well, as the Hawks taking advantage of mistake after mistake and heaping it on here with 7 scores through the first 24 minutes. Students, football players, and folks like you like DQ Blizzards. This is the time for a pumpkin pie blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Stop by for a mini blizzard, just $2.88, or have a $5 meal, including Sunday at Dairy Queen in French Lake.
Blizzards.
All righty. At halftime on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it is Springs Valley 49, Trinity Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers. Not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 2 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the Boulevard in West Baden or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
You've got a great watchdog. He barks every time someone comes to the door, devoted to your protection. But he can't lock your doors, turn on your lights, or set the temperature of your house. However, those things are part of what a Honeywell Lyric home automation system from Smithville Security can provide. Keep your dog and all other things you love safe. Visit smithvillesecurity.com today to discover how affordable peace of mind can be. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
WFLQ FM in French Lick. It's 5 past 8 and temperature 75 degrees.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour, where the Hawks have buried the Cougars. 7 touchdowns in the opening half of play, 49 points. They've taken advantage of 3 turnovers by the Cougars, and the offense has just marched at will down the field. And this is the kind of game, I think, Kevin, that Valley's needed for a while.
Yeah, we needed a confidence booster, a situation where our offensive plays could work. We could try a variety of things. We can kind of get our mojo going back. We thought we had a high-powered offense going into the season, and especially when we put up 44 on one of the state's best teams in Eastern Green. We thought, hey, we'll be in some shootouts. But the last few weeks have not produced a lot of points. I thought we'd score a lot last week against West Washington, but their defense was able to shut us down. So we kind of had some doubts creeping into our own offensive skill sets, into our minds, wondering, hey, are we as good as we thought we were? But tonight, against an overmatched opponent, we've shown what we can do offensively. Whitaker is hot with his arm. The offensive line has been stout. We've been moving people. We've been protecting Whitaker and plowing the fields ahead of our running backs, and we've been able to run for big yardage as well. High-powered offensive night, and also taking advantage, of course, of their 3 turnovers.
Let's recap quickly Valley's 7 scores. The first one came on a Braden Whitaker 2-yard run, just a little over 2 minutes into the contest. Less than 3 minutes later, they had their second touchdown on a 12-yard pass from Braden Whitaker to Cole Cooper. Then with 6:52 to go in the opening quarter, Drake Terry picked up a fumble and raced it 33 yards the other way for the score. Then with 4:22 to go in the opening quarter, the Hawks made it 30-0 on Raheem Bell's 1-yard run. Hawks were successful on 3 of their 4 2-point conversions. They continued the onslaught 44 seconds into the second quarter. Whitaker and Wyatt Perkeiser teamed up on a 10-yard pass. That made it 36-0. Then Whitaker, with his 3rd touchdown pass of the half, was able to hit Zach Carnes for a 6-yarder with 2:08 to go. And then after yet another Trinity Lutheran fumble, the Hawks tallied again with 1:03 to go in the half on a 17-yard Wyatt Perkeiser scamper. Zach Carnes booted the extra point, and that's where we stand here with the Hawks leading at the break on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 49-0. When we come back, we'll start our Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Halftime Report. This is Spring Valley High School football.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
The Springs Valley Halftime Report is presented by Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. For proper insurance coverage, stop knocking on wood. Call Tracy for your free review at 723-2704.
Being a lifelong resident of Orange County, Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has taken pride in helping our hardworking people protect their earnings with their many financial plans, while at the same time saving them money by insuring what they value most: life, home, and auto. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has insured Hoosiers for more than 70 years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're part of your life. Call Agent Tracy Tucker in Paoli at 723-2704 for more information on Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We continue on with our Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Halftime Report. My guest this evening is a man that has worn many hats for a long time, and as if he doesn't need any more, added another one this year. Assistant principal and now athletic director, Daniel Wolford. Thanks for joining us. We've had you on plenty of times before, but nothing like just adding more jobs to all your duties.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Mike, for having me. And that's kind of par for the course when you're dealing with public education. It is what it is, and I'm excited in this new role. It kind of gives me a chance, as assistant principal, you're dealing with a lot of discipline, a lot of negative things, and this is a chance for me throughout the day to do something positive. And sports has always been a part of my life, and really, really excited that I get this opportunity to do this at Valley.
Well, it came about because Mark Hammond decided to get back into coaching, taking over the football job, and at the same time going back to the classroom. So that kind of opened up that opportunity, and I think you're probably as thrilled as he is.
Yeah, exactly. Just some moving around this summer with Coach Scheller leaving. I always give him a little bit of grief that he's the one that got this ball rolling here, and everybody's dealing with that now. But no, yeah, like you said, Coach Hammond wanted to take over, and just had some movement here and there, and this is the role I came into, and very excited.
And at the same time, we were talking before we started our interview here that you're getting plenty of help, especially here as you get introduced into the athletic director position and all that it entails, from the scheduling to the supervision and to the ordering of uniforms and everything in between. So it's kind of a learn-on-the-fly type situation.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty normal with any job, it seems like. But it's one of those things. I took over probably July 1, I guess, and things are rolling right at the beginning. So luckily I have Amanda Parsons, who is very knowledgeable with contracts, contacting other schools, making sure that we're all on the same page. I lucked into Logan Bruner, who approached me this summer with doing an internship through Ball State, asked me if I needed any help. I said, absolutely. So he's here most every day. He helps with game coverages and different things. And then also Jason Russell has come on as an assistant athletic director, mainly in the role of helping schedule officials and also game coverages. Mark Hammond is also obviously still in the building, able to give me help when needed. So I'm not alone in this thing, but yeah, it's been nice to have all these people around.
And speaking of not alone, at the top of the administration ladder, so to speak, a new guy, Kyle Nycomb, coming in and taking over as principal. And what's that been like so far working with him?
It's been wonderful. I've known Kyle for a few years now. We always have safety meetings throughout the county, and he was usually in charge of those meetings. So I've known Kyle for a while. He's a great guy to work with, very down to earth. So when I learned that he had been hired as our principal, I was very excited. We have kind of a couple younger, I won't say young, but we're younger guys, and lots of energy. And so far, a month or so in, it's gone really well.
Okay. And speaking of really well, as if you're not thrilled about all of this that you're doing job-wise, going to be making an addition to the family in the not too distant future.
Yeah, I'm sure most people know by now. We are expecting our fourth child. I joked that the last one was it, but this one really is it. We're stopping on 4. And Monica's been trying to coach JV volleyball this year, so our household is crazy, and it always has been crazy. And it's just people always ask, how do you guys do it? I don't know how we do it. We're two people that just are on the go most of the time, and we make it work. I couldn't do it with anyone else. We complement each other very well. So
And I was going to say, is Monica enjoying getting back into the coaching ranks?
She loves it. She really struggled there. She took a year or so off with Hadley when she was born last June, and I was still coaching football. And she later told me I really struggled with that, and it's in our blood. We just love being around the kids, love coaching, and so she's been pushing herself. I always joke with her, you are pregnant. You need to slow down, and because she still tries to get out there and play pepper with the girls and bumps that spike, and I'm like, slow down.
Alrighty. And Daniel, one last thing. I told you I'd do this is for you to give a shout out to your kids so they can make sure that they're recognized on the radio.
Sure can. I have, like I said, I have 3, one on the way. We have Maddox, who just turned 9 years old last week, and Dylan is 6, and Hadley is 1. And they go along with our craziness very well.
I don't think you have any problems filling your time throughout the days, whether it's weekdays, weekends, holidays, any time like that.
No. Anytime we catch ourselves just sitting around doing nothing, we think, something's wrong here. We need to be doing something.
Alrighty. Well, Daniel, thanks for spending time with us. Always a pleasure to catch up with you, and obviously so many exciting things going on in your life with the job, with the family, everything like that, and we just hope it continues to go well.
All right. Thanks again, Mike.
And that is Daniel Wolford, the assistant principal and new athletic director here at Springs Valley, joining us on halftime of tonight's game. We'll continue with more in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Being a lifelong resident of Orange County, Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has taken pride in helping our hardworking people protect their earnings with their many financial plans, while at the same time saving them money by insuring what they value most: life, home, and auto. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has insured Hoosiers for more than 70 years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're part of your life. Call Agent Tracy Tucker in Paoli at 723-2704 for more information on Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive lineman Burt Rails here. Every pass, handoff, and tackle of Blackhawks football and the sports voice of the Valley Q100.
Our Springs Valley halftime report continues now with Senior Spotlight, where we talk with a senior member of the Blackhawks football team and get to know him just a little bit better. Tonight I'm chatting with Burt Rails. Burt is the son of Christina Betts and Scott Rails. Thanks for joining us, first of all, Burt, and tell us, how do you balance academics with playing football?
Grades come first, sports come last. You always want to get your homework done whenever you can. Even though the coaches want you to participate in this sport, the grades will always come first. If you don't get the grades, you can't participate in the sport.
What is your favorite part about playing football?
Seeing all the fans and family members come out to support our team and getting to play with the team. I haven't been here for the past 2 years, but I'm glad to be back with the team.
Okay. What's been your biggest thrill so far about playing football here at Valley?
Getting to compete against the other teams, even though sometimes that doesn't end out the greatest for us. We get to see some great stuff and then sometimes not so great stuff, but in the end, we're still a team.
Have you made plans yet on what you're going to do after graduation?
I'm still on the thinking part of that. I've thought about mechanics or military. I haven't fully decided yet. If anything, I'll probably find a job before I make it to college.
Okay. All right. Let's get to our favorites now. I'm going to ask you for a favorite thing, and you're going to spit it back to me just as fast as you can. So let's get through this and see how we do. All right. If you're ready, here we go. Your favorite food?
Pasta.
Sports team?
Hawkeyes.
Video game?
Halo.
Class?
Science.
Teacher?
Mr. Kearns.
Restaurant?
Chicago's.
Hobby?
Collecting die-cast model cars.
And car?
The 69 Dodge Charger.
All right. And finally, Burt, who has had the biggest influence on your life so far?
Mr. Kearns and my father have. They've both taught me a lot of things that I can value and use in life.
Back we come to Trinity Lutheran High School, and we apologize for cutting the Burt Rails interview short, but they are getting ready to start as the ball kicked off to Isaiah Pantier running up the near sideline. It's a foot race. He's a sprinter. He's still on his feet. He's to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and finally steps out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Boy, he nearly outraced the pursuit down the far sideline. He's our 100 and 200 man, went to the state finals this past spring, and you could see it there as he nearly electrified the crowd with a touchdown return. As it is, he gives Valley terrific field position as they'll start 1st and 10 from the Trinity 27-yard line.
As if Valley needed any more big-time dynamic plays, Pantier with a huge return up the left sideline, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. Already up, 49-0.
Braden Whitaker, the quarterback. Raheem Bell, the fullback. The slot backs, Wyatt Perkaiser and Colby Lowe. Handoff goes to, carrying for Valley there is Jordan Curtis. And Jordan, I believe his first run of the year, getting a nice little run, able to sweep around left end and gets 9 yards to the 18-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. So I have a feeling here Mark Hammond is going to intersperse his starters with his subs here, and eventually it's going to be pretty much become a JV game here for the Hawks.
And that's good. That's how you build your program and get your younger guys experience, so when you need them at later times or next year, they'll have varsity experience.
And the handoff up the middle, I believe, is that Curtis again. He's got first down yardage. Nope, it is going to be Desmond Jones carrying. Desmond, a 5'11 freshman. Curtis, a 5'10 sophomore. So we're seeing the youth of Valley here. And Desmond able to pick up yardage to the 13-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard gain, and that'll give the Hawks yet another first down.
Big thrill for those young kids to get touches at a varsity game.
Right. And And the handoff here goes off to Colton Dickey, looking for running room as he sweeps around right in, tripped up after a gain of about maybe 6 or so. He gets it to the 7-yard line, so already we've seen 3 different running backs here for the Hawks carry the football in the first 3 plays of their initial series. So a pickup of 6 on the play for Colton, who is a 5'7" sophomore. And it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 4. As the Hawks threatening for their 8th touchdown of the ball game.
I would expect to be all ground-based in this second half. I don't think Whitaker will get any more throws.
And the handoff goes to Curtis, and Curtis started outside, tried to cut back in, and didn't find a whole lot of running room, but he does pick up a couple of hard-earned yards to the 5.
That was that inside handoff. We had a chance there. He needed to set up his block a little bit better. He kind of run up the back of his own blocker, had to cut it inside before the block happened. Had he been able to wait just a little bit with some patience, I think he could have sprung that for a touchdown. As it is, it'll be 3rd down and 3 at the 5-yard line.
8.5 minutes to go here. I believe they are running the clock, so it shouldn't take long to play this second half. Whitaker up under center. Hands off on the right side with the football is Desmond Jones, and he pounds his way inside the 5, close to the goal line. Not quite in, but the Hawks will have 4 downs here to try to punch it in. So a 4-yard run there for Desmond Jones, and it is 1st and goal now for the Hawks. Drive set up by the 52-yard kickoff return to the 27 by Isaiah Fantier. 1st and goal from the 1, handoff Desmond Jones, and the young man has his first of what will hopefully be many touchdowns in his gridiron career as he punches it across. And the Hawks have added another 6 to the board here with 7:40 remaining here in this 3rd quarter of play.
Nothing Trinity can do there, just all power for Springs Valley. Much bigger, much more experienced, and we just ran it right down Trinity's throat. Feel bad for the Cougars. They're having the growing pains of a beginning program, and we've been on the other side of that before. Valley right now just laying the wood to Trinity.
And now Zach, he's already booted 1 extra point. Let's see if he can here. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So Zach, after missing his first opportunity, able to drill 2 straight here. And the Hawks now lead 56-0 with just under 7 minutes remaining. Time out of the field on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Hawks up 56-0. Back with more Valley football in just a moment.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Braden Whitaker kicking off, standover and boot grabbed at the 14-yard line by Jack Marksberry. Started up the middle, breaks to the near side, and will be hit and run out of bounds up at about the 42-yard line. So, for the running clock, we're going to say that Valley scored at the 7:40 mark. I mean, already 2 minutes have run off.
They actually scored the 7:47 mark, but they ran the clock so long. I think time of possession is going to become something of a joke at the second half. But hey, that's the least of the concerns. Springs Valley just happy they're playing well and happy they're going to get through, hopefully injury-free.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Cougars' first possession of the second half, handoff to Juback. Broke a couple of tackles, still on his feet, driving forward. The Hawks having trouble bringing him down. And Juback with a nice run, able to carry it all the way out over midfield and into Valley territory to the 47-yard line. So he will pick up 11 yards, and that'll be enough for a Trinity first down.
Best run of the night for Juback. We started off with that fumble early, had another one later in the game, and good to see that young man bounce back after a tough first half.
Kirker, the quarterback, takes the snap, looks to throw. He is going long for Marksberry, and the pass is intercepted. Cole Cooper picks it off. He's running back the other way, 20, 25 to the 30. 35, slips the tackle, and now is finally going to be hit and knocked out of bounds up at about the 37-yard line. Great job by Cole Cooper that time. That was thrown up like a lame duck, and Cole was able to run under it. Good concentration to grab it and return it, and the Hawks have the football back as Trinity turns it over for the 4th time tonight.
Now, way to win when you turn the ball over in high school football or really in any other sport. That time he just threw it up in double coverage. Did show again that strong arm that he definitely possesses, but there was nowhere near being caught. Valley easily ran in under it, able to get the interception.
18-yard return. Valley starts 1st and 10 now at their own 38-yard line. New quarterback for the Hawks, I believe that is Curtis, and he looked like he started to hand off and decides to keep the football.
Yeah, he actually dropped it, so that didn't help the timing and rhythm of that play at all.
May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. We'll call it no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 now for the Hawks. We'll try to get some of the guys that are in there right now as Mark Hammond emptying the bench here a little bit. Try to get those guys in there as we can. Again, we're kind of on the wrong side of the field of that as the handoff goes breaking to the outside this time.
I think it's Trinity Sheets, I think. No, it wasn't.
It's the one. It looks like it's that Adam George.
Might be. Yeah. Trinity was running right behind the play. I think he was supposed to be a lead blocker, but timing and rhythm of the play was over, so he ended up trailing it a bit.
At any rate, he's able to bring it out to the 46-yard line, 8-yard gain. So Adam George getting his first ever carry, picks up 8 yards. It'll bring up now a 3rd down and 2. Already down to 2:10 to go here.
Yeah, when the clock doesn't stop, this game will be over in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Up under center is Curtis. Hands off, and it goes to, again, it's hard to see some of the newer players out there on the field. As
I think it might have been Colton Dickey on that carry.
I think it was, yeah. At any rate, he picks up 1st down yardage to the 46-yard line of Trinity Lutheran, so he'll pick up 8 yards there. 2nd carry for 15 yards for him. Ball to 46. Now the handoff is to Dickey again, trying to sweep around right in, turns it upfield, and picks up about 6 or 7 down to the 39-yard line.
A little bit easier when they run right at us. That time running right toward where we're sitting in the corner of the bleachers here at Trinity Lutheran High School. Dickey with a nice gain of about 8.
Yeah. Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter, 56-0 Blackhawks. Scored 30 in the 1st quarter, 19 in the 2nd, have a touchdown here. Here is Curtis on the option play, keeps the football, turns the corner, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, 35-30, and down to about the 29-yard line. So good job by Jordan Curtis there on that option play, turning the corner, picking up another 1st down for the Hawks. They'll spot it at the 28. That's an 11-yard gain on the play on what might be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The Hawks have already picked up 60 yards on the ground here in their 1+ possessions.
Mike will snap it one more time.
Curtis up under center, takes the snap, drops back to throw, fires over to the middle, and the pass is incomplete. And it will be the final play because they're not stopping the clock.
Curtis with a little left-handed slant route there, trying to get it over the outstretched arms of the defender. Didn't really come close. Bounces to the turf, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Hawks will have a 2nd and 10 from the 28 when play resumes. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Spring Valley 56, Trinity Lutheran nothing on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Daily scoreboard. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Spring Valley High School football.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Hello from Valley Marathon. Come to our Valley Car Fest, Cruise In, and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 23rd at Valley Marathon. Registration 9 till noon. Prizes for all, and there's no registration fee at Valley Marathon, September 23rd. That's the Cruise In and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 23rd, Valley Marathon.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
With Kevin Carroll, Mike Hamilton at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour. We start the fourth quarter. The night has belonged to the Hawks. They are just 12 minutes away from their first victory here in 2017, and they have earned it. They have played well, knocking off an overmatched Trinity team. On first or second down, the Hawks lose the football. It's recovered by Trinity as Josh Rowe comes up with it, and that's going to be a turnover as Jordan Curtis bobbled the snap out of the pistol, and they were going to call a motion penalty here on the Hawks, but Trinity obviously declines that. Valley with their first turnover of the night, and Trinity will take over the football.
Quarterback Curtis fumble-fingered a little bit there on the shotgun snap. It was a good snap. Second time he's dropped the ball. A little nerves for him, I would assume, getting some unexpected varsity quarterback time.
Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone at the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ. High snap back to Jacob Rowe. He was able to come down with it and turn it into a pretty nice gain. Nearly disaster for the Cougars there, but now they have Jacob Rowe in at quarterback, and he is able to bring it out to the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 on the play to set up now a 2nd down and 4. Well, the Hawks finally return home next week. Start a 3-game homestand. I'll look for their first conference win of the year when the Crawford County Wolfpack and former Valley coach Kevin Mills comes to town. Out of the pistol, hand off here. That is Juback carrying the football. He's got some good running room. In fact, that should be enough for a first down as he gets it out to the 45-yard line. Or make that the 45. Actually, I think they started on the 33-yard line. Got it out to the 38, now up to the 45. So give that a 7-yard run there for Juback. A first down now for the Cougars.
That's what they want to do, run up inside behind their right guard, pulling that power running game. Working a little bit better now against the second-line defender.
There's a high snap that goes into the backfield, and Lister tried to fall on top of it, and I don't think he got to it, but another Cougar did. I believe it was Derek Maxwell, a 5'9 freshman, that was able to fall on top of it, but a huge loss there all the way back to the 27-yard line. That'll be a loss of 18, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and Brownstown.
Long way away for an offense that's struggling. Going to have to find a way. They'll probably put the ball in the air a little bit. They've been able to show at least some pulse when they put the ball in the air. Their running game hasn't done a lot. I believe they've got their young freshman back there again, likely throwing down.
Right. Jacob Rowe in there at quarterback. takes the snap.
Same play we
takes
run.
the handoff, keeps the football, looking for running room, gets it out over the 30 and up to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line.
With a little double handoff there, they got the ball to Woods, and he's able to gain some positive yardage.
Some of the guys out there, Alex Emery getting some time out there for the Hawks. Also Corey Radke. Looking at some of the other guys, Mark Pieper, along with Jordan Curtis in the backfield. Also Laja Pantier.
I see him. I see Alex Emery there, right over the left defensive tackle.
3rd and 22 at the 33 for Trinity. Ball snapped back. Handoff goes to Marksberry on the sweep around left end. And nice open field tackle out there made by Mark Pieper, the 5'9 junior. Pickup was out to the 40-yard line, so give him a gain of 7. And they'll bring up 4th and 15 now. Again, down to the 7.5 minutes left as they're running the clock here in the second half, with Valley leading the Cougars in the only time that they will face them in the foreseeable future anyway, 56-0 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard.
I'm going to go on a limb and say Trinity Lutheran's happy about that after the pasting Springs Valley has delivered them. We may see them in some other sports, though, down the road.
Right now, a shutout would be nice. Back to throw is Rowe. He's going long for Marksberry. He makes the catch and goes down at the 41-yard line. And Lasha Pantier is hurt here on the near sideline, but good concentration on the part of Jack Marksberry to haul that one in. It'll be a 20-yard touchdown, 20-yard reception, not touchdown yet. But a big first down there as the Cougars keep the drive alive.
That's an impressive throw to get the ball all the way from the left hash all the way to outside the numbers on the right side, streaking down. A good throw with a strong arm youngster from Trinity.
Ball snapped back to Rowe on the sweep, trying to turn the corner, gets a block and is run out of bounds up at about the 30. In fact, they'll say he stepped out at the 32, so that'll be a gain of 8. Set up now a second down and 2. The Cougars have only scored once in their first 3 ball games. That was last week when they got beat by Knightstown 55-7. So they're hoping to punch another one in here against what is basically our JV defense. Again, out of a shotgun, Jacob Rowe takes the snap. Double handoff. Marksberry trying to turn the corner. Cuts it upfield. Gets some nice running room inside the 30 and down to about the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for another Cougar first down. 7-yard pickup on the play there for Marksberry as the Cougars driving the ball deeper into Valley territory. They're almost into the red zone. This is by far their deepest penetration so far tonight.
Marksberry running hard behind these pads. He's got a future. He's big. He's strong. He'll grow as the times go on for him. We'll probably see him on the basketball floor as well, I would guess.
And out of a shotgun. Handoff. Lister carries this time. Penalty flag comes in as Lister pounding his way inside the 20 down to about the 18. But there is a penalty marker, and we're going to have a holding call here against Trinity.
Officials decide to...
You know, you're running the clock anyway. Why call a hold? I mean, just let it play here.
I think he just wanted to warm up his arm and get his name in the stat sheet.
Only the second penalty on the Cougars. Valley's only been penalized one time for 5 yards. That was a substitution infraction. So the ball back to the 35-yard line. It'll bring up now first down and 20 here for the Cougars with 4:25 remaining here in this football game. So I'm sure all the Valley fans will be happy they get to head back to French Lick a little earlier than normal.
I'm hoping some of our friends stop at the DQ on the way home.
Maybe they will.
Maybe they'll buy us one of those pumpkin ice cream things we keep talking about.
On first and 20. This is Juback carrying the football, and he's got some big running room up the middle. So Kyle Juback able to bowl his way all the way down to the 21. That's a 14-yard pickup. So they go from first and 20 to second down and 6. In fact, speaking of Dairy Queen, students, football players, and folks like you like DQ Blizzards. This is the time for a pumpkin pie blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Stop in for a mini blizzard, just $2.88, or have a $5 meal, including Sunday, at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
I hope you're not sad, Dairy Queen in French Lick, because I'm not coming on that way. I'll be stopping in Brownstown. You're just going to have to learn to live with it.
Okay. On the option play, Rowe keeps the football, trying to get to the outside, cut down after a short pickup. They'll spot it at the 18, so he gets 3 on the play. That'll set up now a 3rd down and 3 situation. And, of course, in the future, Chicago's Pizza is good.
I had a feeling they were.
Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. You're just going to have to take a day off from school and come down there.
I need to, because for that buffet price, I mean, why not?
They got salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink. It's just $7.99. Very
and
affordable.
I'm sure the Colonel will meet me there and buy my lunch.
Absolutely.
Isn't that right?
Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. On 3rd down, back to throw is Rowe into the end zone, and the pass is almost caught as one Rowe brother trying to go to his other in the end zone, and the younger one nearly made a miraculous catch. He was sprawled out and nearly was able to come up with that, but just had it slip away from him at the last second. It'll bring up 4th down and 3 now for Trinity, as the Hawks for now hold on to their shutout.
On the sideline for Springs Valley, Coach Bill Harris, the defensive coach, looking for the shutout. He almost said, "Ruh-roh," when he saw that pass heading toward the end zone, but is not able to bring it in. Valley with 4th and 5 here. If they want to get a shutout, they got to get a stop on this play.
All right, here we go. Of course, there's only 1:55 left, so time may run out on the Cougars here if they don't score on this play. And the handoff goes to Lister. He's got the 1st down, breaks through a couple tackles, still on his feet, driving forward, and gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. So Lister finally showing his muscle, picks up 13 there, and it is now 1st and goal for the Cougars as they try here to avoid the shutout.
Big, tall kid fighting for yardage. It was a Lister lean there as he got toward the 5-yard line, trying to punch that one in.
Right.
Couldn't quite get their knee hit, but I imagine he'll get another carry at it here as Trinity, no question, wants to end this shutout and score their first points ever on their home field.
14th play of the drive here. With 1:05 to go, 1st and goal for the Cougars at the 5. The quarterback takes the snap, double handoff to Marksberry, turns it upfield, and he's into the end zone. And the Hawks see their shutout go by the wayside with 55 seconds remaining here in this ball game. And I don't even think they're going to stop the clock, so this will probably be the final play of this football game.
Looks like it will. They may get the extra point off,
but
I don't think there'll be anything else unless someone wants to call a timeout, which I'm going to highly doubt happens.
Well, you would think at least on scoring plays or something they would stop the clock, but apparently not. And for Trinity Lutheran, it is Caleb Baumgartel that'll be on to attempt the extra point.
They're 1 short, so they're going to send somebody out on the field.
Down to 5 on the play clock here. Rowe to hold. Not a very good snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is no good as it comes up short, but that's not Baumgartel's fault there, as it was a low snap. And with that brings us to the end of this football game. So even in other games, when Valley's been on the wrong end, they've at least stopped the clock on scores, but Trinity Lutheran, too new to the game, I guess they don't understand how that works. Valley really doesn't care in this particular situation. They have their first win of 2017, and they dominate here tonight, scoring 8 touchdowns and rolling to the victory here tonight over the Trinity Lutheran Cougars. Pat Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ in Paoli. So victory number 1 for the Hawks in 2017 comes on the road at the expense of the Trinity Lutheran Cougars. Hawks put up 30 points in the opening quarter, led 49-0 at halftime, and with a running clock in the second half, did tally on basically their only possession. They actually had one more possession. They fumbled that football away, and that allowed Trinity to score their only TD of the contest, as the Hawks are unable to get the shutout in the contest here tonight. Student football players and folks like you like DQ Blizzards. This is the time for a pumpkin pie blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Stop in for a mini blizzard, just $2.88, or have a $5 meal, including Sunday, at Dairy Queen in French Lake. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Springs Valley Blackhawks 56, the Trinity Lutheran Cougars 6. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lake.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lake, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
For the Brooks Galloway Real Estate Agency in French Lake and Pelly, this is Chris Burton with a new homeowner tip. The biggest investment most people will ever make is the purchase of a home, so you want to avoid making mistakes. We can help you find the right home for your family and situation. We have access to a large inventory and experience to give you confidence in your decision. The Brooks Galloway Agency has been trusted by families since 1971, helping people like you find the right home or sell a home, farm, or business. Call us at 936-7301 or take a look at some of our properties offered at brooksgalloway.com.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baton, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers. Not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 2 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the Boulevard in West Baton or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Back once again at Trinity Lutheran High School here in Seymour, where Springs Valley defeats the Trinity Lutheran Cougars tonight by a final count of 56-6. The Hawks took charge of this one early on, and they kept the foot on the pedal most of the way as Valley picks up their first win of the season. They're now 1-4 on the year, sending Trinity down to their 4th straight loss. They are now 0-4 on the campaign as we basically reach the midway point of the season, if you include the 9 regular season and first sectional contest. And certainly for Valley tonight, Kevin, this has to be a sigh of relief.
No, well, there was a impressive performance early on. They were sharp. They were executing their stuff. They were having a variety of different offensive guys step up. They were able to get their best player, Braden Whitaker, off to a good start. He'd struggled a couple times lately, so he was able to throw the ball from the pocket. I thought the offensive line controlled and dominated the game. and we got to be able to get our skilled people in space where they couldn't handle us. And overall, it was just a sharp, pristine offensive performance by the first unit, and that's exactly the kind of a team I think we need to be. If we're going to be higher quality teams in the future, we're going to have to really click offensively and be able to produce, somewhere around the 30-point mark, which I think easily our offense is capable of if they're able to play that well up front as they did tonight.
Well, again, to recap much of the scoring, 3 TD passes tonight for Braden Whitaker. Drake Terry returned a fumble, 33 yards for a score. Wyatt Perkiser, a 17-yard run. Raheem Bell scored tonight, and Desmond Jones, his first ever touchdown in a relief role as the Hawks rolled here tonight. We'll take a quick break and continue with more, including a chat with Springs Valley coach Mark Hammond. We'll return in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
Back once again here at the football field at Trinity Lutheran High School in Seymour. Hawks pound the Cougars tonight 56-6, get their first victory of the season. And as we bring in Coach Mark Hammond, as much as anything, Coach, just a sigh of relief. But the kids came out, answered the bell early on, and kept the pedal to the metal, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's what I said. We needed this, game. It's one of those where, like we had talked about, you go through Mitchell, Paley, and West Washington big conference games, and you're coming over to a team where I think most people probably thought we'd win and stuff, and how are they going to respond to that? A long bus ride. Are they going to come out lackadaisical and not focused? And you have those worries, but this team, I was nervous coming into it, and you just never know. But once the ball kicked off, you could tell that the kids were zoned in and ready to go. And like I said, that was some very good execution on our part on both defense and offense. And like I said, I know Trinity's young and trying to get things going, but again, I think it was a lot of what we were doing out there, making them look like that.
I thought the defense really set the tone. 2 turnovers in their first 3 possessions, and how about Drake Terry picking that ball up, running it back for a score. So I know that was some of the things that you were wanting, and from a confidence standpoint, certainly had to help this defense.
Yeah, and that's what I said. We needed this defense, and we saw our defense, getting better, as the year went on. Last couple of games, we could see it on film that we were getting better and coming after it. And again, just couldn't get the offense going enough, or couldn't get on the right side of the scoreboard in those games. But tonight, the defense come out. I think Colton Reynolds has had several good games in a row now. I mean, he's made several plays in the backfield tonight. A lot of that with one eye. He got poked in the eye, so he was doing that out of one eye. But he was doing a great job. But again, he wasn't the only one.
I would have poked him in the other eye if he played that well with one eye. Maybe just go ahead and bury me in the mud. Be like the three.
Well, Raheem got poked in the other eye, so between both of them, they got 2 good eyes. But again, yeah, that was just the defense really needed to come out and do something, and they did. And like I said, our offense started clicking, and Braden was throwing the ball really nice, and we was getting open lanes to run, and Wyatt again had another burst night. You could go on and on of who has played well, but again, that was big for our defense to get an early couple turnovers and scores and make it happen.
Do you think your team needed the kind of validation of all the things you've been teaching? You don't have that kind of success that you hoped for, but you felt it getting better,
right?
And we see it getting better. But do you think the kids needed to have that kind of feeling?
I agree. I mean, I think that's big. I mean, you can tell them all you want, but when it's all said and done, you're still 0-4. And you can tell them you're playing better. You can tell them, they're there. But until you put that W up on the board, I think that becomes harder and harder to believe. But I think the kids tonight, believed it. Hopefully, started believing it, and hopefully, as we move on through the rest of the season, we're just going to continue to look sharp and focused. And that's why I say, take this confidence on. And that's the thing. We got to take this confidence to the last 4 games of the season into sectional from each one. And that's what I told them. I said our 4 losses, I showed up planning on winning the game. Mm-hmm. I said, now I'm not sure you guys did, but I said I did, and that's what the focus has to be. Is when you line it up, you have that confidence that you can beat anybody you play.
I think that's what it means as far as coaches go. This game won't matter at all unless you build on it next week. Because if you don't, then it really didn't have much meaning. But if you do build on it, it could be a thing that kicks off the second half of the season and really builds momentum toward the tournament.
I agree 100%, Kevin.
Coach has got a chance to get a lot of guys into the ball game. We had talked in our pregame, too, about only 3 two-way starters, talking about the versatility of this team and how you can kind of run different guys in and out and not lose a whole bunch, and kind of did tonight, I thought, going a little bit deeper in the bench.
Right. Yeah, and I was going to say, the first half we ran, straight up and was just doing our normal substitution, and I think it kept some guys fresh. I think, we was able to get, our plan is, of course, to continue to play those guys defensively and offensively, but maybe just, like I said, not as much every 3 or 4 series instead of every series. So, again, I hope we see some good stuff on film, but that's exactly what we're trying to build is depth and make sure, again, it's kind of that next man up if something happens, but we are going to continue a good rotation, and again, the coaches and we've talked about it, and the kids, I think, understand what we're trying to get done now. And like I said, I think we do have some depth in certain areas, and hopefully that'll continue to show here in the coming weeks.
Coach, I wanted to bring up one little point that Jeremy Reynolds pointed out to me this week, and based on the stats we have, I don't know what you guys had, but roughly Braden now within 40 yards. I think Jeremy said he needed 190. We unofficially had him for 151 yards passing tonight, so roughly about 40 yards to become Valley's all-time leading passer. And there have been a lot of good quarterbacks that have come.
Oh, yeah.
Come
well, through. And there's that'd be a great accomplishment for him, and something that we'll look at more probably after the season and so forth. I know Braden's more focused on just doing his job and making sure he's making the right reads and doing that. But again, well deserved for a young man. He's worked really hard. Again, 3 sport athlete there and just a great kid. So but again, those individual accomplishments are nice, but it does take the team. I thought he had great pass protection tonight. I thought the guys were catching and running the ball really nice, and he'll be the first to tell you that as well. Over his last 3 years here at Valley, he's been fortunate enough to have some kids that can catch and run and give him those yards as well. So again, we'll be excited for him when that happens. But again, I know Braden's more interested in getting those wins on the column and playing solid football.
So you're not going to come out and just throw bombs next week against Coach Mills, just 9 routes every play until you hit it?
Well, I don't think so. No, Kevin. I think we'll have a different game plan than that, but we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach, and speaking of that, I know you need to get out of here, long trip back to French Lick, but close it out with just your thoughts on this Wolfpack team.
Yeah, I tell you, we were kind of able to watch them play, on film, scout film against West Washington, getting ready for them, and Coach Mills is doing a good job. As we know, he's a good coach, and he's got some athletes out there. It's not going to be, I don't think, the same Wolfpack team that we've seen in the past. They have several athletes. Their line's getting off the ball a lot better. And, they're going to be excited to play us. Just like we was telling the kids about Trinity Lutheran. Trinity Lutheran is going to be excited to play us. They see a 0-14 coming in here. Let's show them we're not a regular 0-14. And, it'll be the same philosophy next week as far as the motivation is, Wolfpack aren't scared of us. Crawford County's not going to be scared of us. Coach Mills is going to be fired up, get them going. And they're not going to be scared of a 1-4, Springs Valley team. So we have to come in focused, determined, and ready to play ball. But again, it should be a really fun game to watch, and like I said, hopefully we'll look forward to seeing what we get next week.
just as exciting for me. We don't have to rev up those buses next week.
I agree with that, Mike. It's been a while.
All righty. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on this first win of the season. Let the kids enjoy it, and then get back to work coming up next week.
All right. Hey, we appreciate everything, guys. Everybody safe travels home. Thanks a lot.
All righty. That is Mark Hammond, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the contest here tonight as Valley wins it big over Trinity Lutheran by a score of 56-6. Kevin, you want to run through the numbers as quickly as you can?
I will. I'll grab them back from you there. You put them almost too far away for me to get to. For Springs Valley, they carried the ball 23 times on the ground in this abbreviated game that really probably ended up being about 2.5 quarters of a normal game with the running clock in the second half. 23 carries, 206 yards. That's a high average on the ground, obviously. 9 out of 12 on the air for 151 yards for total 356 yards of offense unofficially. 15 first downs for Springs Valley tonight, 10 via the ground game, 5 by the pass. We were 4 for 4 on third down, and we had about really only one possession all night long where we did not score a touchdown. That was on a turnover late in the game. For Trinity, it was not the same case. They carried it 31 times. They had a tough time moving it on the ground until late, 133 yards on the ground there, just over 4 yards to carry, most of that late in the game. 5 out of 13 from the air. They were picked off once, only 43 yards via the air, although they did show some capability, I think, in the air attack as the season goes on. Their freshman quarterback, I thought, was impressive in a losing effort. 176 yards total for them. They turned it over 4 times, 3 fumbles, the 1 interception. They had 7 first downs unofficially, 5 of them via the rush, 2 by penalty. 0 for 6 on third down all night long. They went for it on fourth down and made it twice. That was good for them, 2 out of 4 total. Time of possession, well, we didn't really keep it in the second half. Unofficially, I'm going to call it 30 minutes roughly for Trinity Lutheran and 18 for Springs Valley. They actually had the ball the entire fourth quarter. Overall, highly positive night for Springs Valley. I thought the fundamentals of coming off the ball hard and low, running strong, keeping your legs moving behind your pads, those things you preach about in practice, they got to implement tonight on the field. And on a picture-perfect autumn evening here in wonderful northern side of Jackson County, just outside Seymour, they were able to really stretch it out and put up an impressive win on the board, 56-6 over these Trinity Lutheran Cougars.
Well, for being outside, no press box here, could you have asked for a better night? I mean, perfect conditions, not even a cloud in the sky, no wind to speak of. We didn't even have to use our clipboards to keep our stuff from blowing away.
The only negative I thought was about the 100 or so people from Springs Valley here. Nobody walked down to that smokehouse where that grill is about, 70 yards from where we're sitting and brought us some hot, steamy food, some greasy French fries from the no taco, no walking taco, nothing from our friends and family up here in the bleachers with us. They ate in front of us. They had no problem doing that. They heard me begging about Dairy Queen, talking about that, but nothing at all from our friends right here next to us. Perhaps
no love for you.
Perhaps in the future when Tracy Tucker is here, maybe they'll decide to feed him. But that would have been nice. But other than that, I think it was just about a perfect evening of football for Springs Valley.
Maybe they feel like you might be able to skip a meal or 3.
Well, they may have. Now that they see me, many of them hear my voice, but they don't always, see me where they're at. So maybe that they got to take a look at me struggle up these bleachers here on the middle and squeeze past you as you put me over here in the corner like the bad kid wearing the dunce cap at school.
You're fenced in, so you can't fall.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So maybe they took a look at that heavy gut and said, this boy doesn't need any walking tacos or hamburgers or hot dogs from the grill. But I want to say this for Trinity. I know that they're just starting their program. Their field, the setup is really second to none. Their field conditions are great.
Absolutely.
I thought their athletic complex, in general, is very nice. They have a tremendous football or a softball field, baseball field. Their gym is very nice. They have a nice weight room. So they have a lot of things going for it at Trinity, and it's a first-class operation here athletically. Football is the hardest program to build. It takes decades almost to get one going the way you want it, and it's going to take them decades and decades of work to get a highly competitive football team going. They have hopes for their freshman class. They do have some skill in that class, no question.